And I mentioned the drama pre-game between these two teams. This is as the Washington Redskins were walking off the field after warm-up. Leon Washington getting into it. You saw Brandon Banks over there. This is a game that both teams need. As we mentioned, the Redskins on a 6-game losing streak.
On first down, Kaepernick gonna drop back, gonna throw it middle of the field, and he's intercepted by Reed. Reed had just tied a postseason record for most interceptions as the New Orleans native has the pick, and a flag is out. Well, I tell you, it's getting ugly out here. It's only the mid-second quarter, and we've seen this brewing. And now Jim runs out. This is going to be the first time a San Francisco quarterback's ever been intercepted in a Super Bowl.
Tyree, Mario Manningham, fluky plays. This time, after all the stuff of these 2 weeks.
And then a scrum, of course. Here you go, flags. So you'll have an ugly ending to what was a pretty terrific ball game. Well, a lot of frustration out there. And the guys in blue.
You know, from Seattle's standpoint, whatever. From New England's standpoint, you're 18 seconds away from a Super Bowl championship. You don't throw a punch at anybody here. Gronkowski takes a shot from Bennett, who I'm sure is frustrated. Then Gronkowski throws one back, and here we go. Every once in a while in the NFL, you think you've seen it all.
No, you haven't.
I will never get over throwing the ball in that situation.
Timeout. Seattle.
Neither will
30-second timeout. After the play,
Seahawk fans.
personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Instigator number 51 has been ejected. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So the Packers accepted the penalty. Kaepernick's got all day, and he'll take off, won't make it. And now with the extra hit at the end of the play on Clay Matthews, a fight breaks out, and more flags fly. Well, there was so much talk, Troy, during the week with Clay Matthews talking about hitting the quarterback. Here he hits Kaepernick clearly out of bounds. They threw the flag for that, which will give San Francisco an automatic first down. But let's take a look at the end of the play.
The one thing about it is you're going to, he's out of bounds, and Clay Matthews is running over, and he's launching himself, and it was one of those, it looked worse, Joe, than what I initially thought. Immediately I thought, wow, he was way out of bounds when Matthews.
The first down away, and we replay 3rd down and 6. And there's Staley getting into it with Clay Matthews, and Matthews was still.
The other part of that, the other thing is too, Joe, I mean, all week long, in fact, Jim Harbaugh even talked about it, the comments that Clay Matthews made this week in terms of we're coming after Colin Kaepernick and we're going to hit him. And if that's anybody else, I don't know if it gets quite the same kind of reaction, but the 49ers came in
on the Oakland Raiders offense.
Marcel Reese in the ballgame. He'll take the handoff, bounces outside. What a move across the 35. He's going to get inside Cincinnati territory. There is a flag as the tackle is made by Dre Kirkpatrick. And flags come in late. That was Olawale, not Marcel Reese, excuse me. And this is something the NFL is trying to tamp out, are these altercations at the end of plays. That's why you saw the flags come in so quickly. And the hats. A hat has been thrown.
Wow, there's everything going on right now. But you're right, and hey, listen, it is week 1. Emotions run high. A lot of these guys are excited to be out here. It's an emotional football game. I'm going to be interested not only to see who the holding call was on, I believe, in the Raiders, but Geno Atkins. But that's Amari Cooper. Oh, wow. Amari Cooper and Adam Jones. Yeah, Adam Jones, that's toting the line there a little bit. He's lucky.
Yeah,
Kafka throws underneath. McCoy loses the ball. And then is able to get back. Did he get on it first at the 16-yard line? Nothing but Falcons around him. No signal yet. I thought I could see the official saying white ball, which would be Philadelphia, obviously. And a flag as well.
And it's getting a little chippy out there right now, and they have to be careful both sides here.
Well, the head linesman goes down.
Such a key play in the game for the Falcons. You don't want to give it back now. To go all the way back, I did think McCoy had possession of the ball, and he was their second leading special teams guy a year ago.
Starks. Turns it into an 8-yard gain around the right side. Tackled by Thomas. Flag on the play. It'll be second down and 2. And now you got a scrum. Got another flag coming in. I only see 3 flags on the field. Lang without his helmet. The old Keith Jackson line. A couple of teams that don't like each other very much.
Thought you're going to throw in a couple of big uglies there as well.
In the trenches. That right is number 50. Richard Rogers is involved there, 82 as well.
Well, Richard Rogers, I think, was going to get the flag if he didn't retaliate. Now it's
splitting to the left. Cam tucks it, and Cam picks up the first down easily, and there come the flags. DeMonte Casey with the big hit on Cam, and there's
a brawl.
There's all kinds of stuff going on the field right now. He hit the quarterback late, and his teammates are going to have issue with it.
Intercepted. This time by Tim Jennings. Jennings still streaks down the sideline and is leveled out of bounds. And a penalty flag, and there's a fight on the field at the 45. And I mean bodies from both sidelines come racing out in front of the Lions bench. I mean, there are guys pushing and shoving away from the action. Charles Tillman has been buried on the sideline there at midfield. Israel Adonijah was the last one to get up from the original pile. Lance Briggs in the middle of it all. The NFL will be able to operate a hedge fund after all the fines for misgiving.
And you can see what prompted here with the interception at the end. Guys hustling to the end. And then the sideline just erupts. I'm not quite sure.
I think it started with Stafford, to be honest with you, because he grabbed DJ Moore by the helmet, it looked like, and threw him to the ground. Pay attention of what happened with Stafford as he now grabs the back of the helmet of Moore and pulls him straight down to the ground.
And then Moore retaliated by going back at him, and the melee ensues. Yeah, because this itself was no big deal. I thought it was maybe the shot out of bounds, but clearly it was the exchange between Moore and Matthew Stafford.
To make a stop. Roethlisberger pulls it down, wants to run, has it, still going. Inside the 15 and a flag for the hit.
on Eric Reed. And DeCastro comes in and gets in the face of Eric Reed after that hit.
Well, they better get Captain Munnerlyn out of there.
Somehow Reed and DeCastro found each other again, but here's the hit.
Flacco pumps, will take off, and then throw to Smith. Great use of that mobility, and Steve Smith works the sideline to midfield, and he gets up, and he and Kenny Vaccaro going after each other here. Look out, a mess on the Ravens sideline. Vaccaro in there without his helmet. And a good job of calm by the guys on the Ravens sideline. It could have been an ugly situation. And multiple officials pull Vaccaro without the helmet out of the mix.
Orton down the sideline, and that is picked off. Intercepted by Tramon Williams. And these guys are getting into it again along the sideline. Clay Matthews is right there in the middle of it, trying to break people up. The defense has helped out Buffalo so much in this game, special teams as well. Now it's Green Bay's defense which creates the turnover.
As another defender.
Let's watch how this fight began along the sideline. Eric Pierce went over towards the Green Bay sideline. Not something you want to do.
After the interception, personal foul, number 58 of the intercepting team. 15-yard penalty, first down.
We've been quite a find. His place kicker out of Rice. And that kick is good with a little excitement. Oh, here we go again. Malik Jackson, Foster in there for the Steelers.
This keeps up. Somebody's going to have to get thrown out of the game to settle it down.
Gracie with time. Goes to Jeremy Stevens, and he's brought down at the 10. Great tackle by Danielle Manning. And now we've got a pileup going on with extra players on the field. There was a change of personnel, and now we've got tons of players on the field. The Bucs were bringing on their punting unit, and we had pushing and shoving. The game started like this. As we come down to the finish, the tempers have really heated up again. A flag has been thrown. Don't forget, we've got the AT&T post-game report coming up following the game.
At the conclusion of the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense number 33. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Wow. Charles Tillman has got to know better than that. He's a veteran player.
You can see it's all going to get started right in the middle of the field. Right here. Now there's Jeremy Trueblood. That's ridiculous as he's trying to take swings on Adewale Agunlia. Now Tommy Harris gets in. This guy's the culprit, Trueblood, right there. And then it's going to be Tillman who fires in here late. And then he's going to end up getting back here, and he's going fisticuffs with one of the Tampa guys.
Billion to build it, and they have some seats here that are obscured. You would think that would not have happened, but it did. In the making of it, up the middle, goes the DJ Ware. Now we got a fight in the secondary breaking out of nowhere there. Ryan Clark in the middle of it. That was down the field a little bit, Edmund. I don't know what precipitated it, but flags fly.
Somebody's got a hold of Ike Taylor there, trying to calm him down. It's like Will Gay.
That's Ike Taylor down below.
Ike Taylor right down here in the corner, folks.
Hakeem Nicks.
And there's punches thrown, and they're really not happy with one another. They're discussing something.
Hakeem Nicks, last year first-round pick.
Back to the 32. And here is Sims. Sims breaking a tackle. Pretty good run by Sims. It looked like he was trapped for no gain. Ellerby finally brings him down, and another penalty flag is down. 2, in fact. And Browner with his helmet off, shouting over at the Tampa Bay huddle. Cleet Blakeman.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, offense number 13. That penalty occurred during a dead ball. The down will count, second down, and it's a 15-yard penalty from there. Down is 2.
Clearly frustrated about the play before. He starts attacking Brandon Browner. At the end, you see him grab the helmet and throw it off of him. Here's where the penalty was.
So it's on Evans, and so the Buccaneers going backwards. They're poised right.
What's up?
3rd down and 4. Murray again. And Murray is stuffed. A flag comes in. A little extracurricular after the play with Ingram and Donald Penn. Melvin Ingram has to calm down. The last thing he wants to do is give Oakland a first down after the Chargers defense has stopped Murray on 3rd.
This was a very late flag coming in from the far side after the extra pushing and shoving came in. Actually, was at the end of the play.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both against the offense. Holding, offense, number 72, that penalty is declined. After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, offense, number 72. 15-yard penalty, 4th down.
1st and 10 for Jacksonville. Give is to Maurice Jones-Drew, and a stutter step move up the middle. Boy, he's got tremendous vision. Oh, some pushing and shoving now. Greg Jones getting into it with Lamar Woodley. And an official got caught in the scrum.
Yeah, Ron Winter went down. That originally got the fans' attention, and then they saw the fight break out.
Greg Jones, the fullback, and Lamar Woodley, the linebacker.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense number 56. Personal foul, offense number 33. Those penalties offset by rule. Second down.
So it was a 7-yard run there for Jacksonville. And then that's when the extracurricular began. Woodley and Jones.
Second down and 3 at the 42.
Yeah, the good thing about that fight is that there were no punches thrown, so there will not probably be any discipline from the league office there.
And no ejection in this game.
Right, even more important.
Second down, long 8. Donnie Avery, Zach Dykes, and the clock continues to tick. He's close to a first down. Oh, oh my gosh, we have a huge brawl. Pollard has gone in to get Jackson.
Remember the stiff arm given earlier? There was some jawing between the two early on. You have to wonder if Bernard Pollard is overreacting from that last confrontation.
It's one of the reasons why he was let go in Kansas City. He had a hard time with his emotions on and off the field.
So what, the guy stiff-armed you? Come back and make a tackle.
Oh, look, he's got a bloody lip too now. There's Steven Jackson.
And Pollard's being pulled off the field.
Beasing will take his place.
There were fouls on both teams on the play. Personal foul 31 and 39. The penalties offset. The result of the play is 3rd and 1, 3rd down.
Okay, there it is at the top of your screen. Right here. Look at that. Okay, now that's not NFL caliber of behavior that we want.
Well, we showed some wrestlers before. We got some wrestlers here on our turf today.
Punches being thrown before the wrestling. That's why they're going to get a
shifts back to that fullback position. And they find a hole. Harrison, shake and bake. Oh, thrown down. Harrison took a shot. And Dukwe. And some pushing and shoving after the play.
Oh, you can't do that. That's stupid. That makes absolutely no sense. And this is going to drive a guy like Eric Mangini crazy. You can't jeopardize your football team. You can't put your team in that type of a situation. You make a good play, and you follow it up with just an absolutely silly play by Braylon Edwards. Just no reason for that. You have to be able to control your emotions. Boy, that's really going to hurt them. Maybe it'll be offsetting.
They're offsetting fouls on the play. Unsportsmanlike conduct, defense, number 90. Also, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 17 on the offense. Penalties offset, 1st down.
Get him out of the game. And I get him right out of the game.
Braylon Edwards and Pat Sims, the guilty party.
Well, you just can't retaliate. Just watch this run. This is a great run by Harrison. And then finish it off. Now get back to the huddle. Just get back to the huddle. You have to be able to control your emotions. You can't stand over players. You can't retaliate and swing back. The official usually gets the second guy in that situation. They're fortunate that they had all.
Portis back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
Well, they're going to stack the line.
Fight. That's Moss and Webster. Moss was without his helmet as those two went to the ground. And now Chris Samuel's in there.
Well, the fact that a helmet came off by Santana Moss, I mean, there was obviously some grabbing or some punching that took place. Here's Corey Webster, and Santana Moss really just trying to block, and it looked like Corey Webster was just doing his job. And now Corey Webster is shadowing Santana Moss the entire game, and you never know how that's going to play out when the referee finally sees the altercation. But from what I can tell, that was all Santana Moss.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, offense number 89. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense number 23. The foul's offset, the down counts, 3rd down.
So in the end, nothing really comes of it. You have offsetting fouls that happened after the play. The down counts.
And stepping up, Chase, and then loses the ball, and that's going to be ruled as a fumble. And that will write a finish to this one. Joselio Hansen winds up with the football, and Darren Howard is able to claw it out.
Now we've got it going.
Yep.
Now we might get some fines and some suspensions, and there were punches thrown at the tail end of that play. And for the Philadelphia Eagles, you have this huge win. You don't need that. I know who I thought it was, but I'm going to hold on to make sure.
Because if it's not, you'll pay his fine.
Yeah, well, here's the fumble. No doubt about that one. So game over. Go to the sideline. Forget about it. And I think it's Trent Cole that comes in from the back. He's going to throw a punch.
After the play, personal foul, number 60.
2 punches.
New York taking the helmet off of a player. That penalty will be assessed. Half the distance. 1st down, Philadelphia.
Well, trust me, that won't be the only thing that comes out of that skirmish.
Good start to this opening drive of the second half. That's a forward pass. That is a forward pass. Incomplete.
some shoving going on at the line of scrimmage. Antrell Roll right in the middle of all that. It looks like big King Dunlap. Look at the King.
Yeah, and if I'm Antrell Roll, I'm going to find somebody else to go after. That's a bit of a mismatch when you're talking about King Dunlap, all 6'8", 310 pounds of him. But this is the emotion we talk about on both sides, the frustration of the Philadelphia Eagles, that scoreboard watching that Laura referred to with the Giants watching as Chicago leads Detroit right now. And this is just, wow, boy, one of the officials went down. You better hope that that Tony Corrente gets knocked down. That's strictly accidental, or there are going to be some fines levied with that.
Well, we only saw the part of it where
at the conclusion of the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, offense number 65. This penalty occurred after the play was over. It will be second down after measurement of the penalty.
We only saw.
Falcons must get to the 36. As Ryan throws wide open for a first down, it's Harry Douglas. Finally tackled at the Giants' 37-yard line, a 36-yard pass play and some extracurricular activity.
They got to start fighting after the whistle, fight in between.
Penalty markers have been thrown. Perhaps the Giants heard about Douglas doing the salsa on the sidelines.
There was a little pushing right after the play on Roddy White.
That's just a little bit of frustration when you're getting whooped 24-0.
Absolutely. There it is. The play's over.
Corey Webster, Roddy White, and then Antrell Roll steps in.
There were personal fouls on both teams after the play. Personal foul number 84 of the offense. Personal foul number 23 of the defense. The penalties offset. Result of the play, first down.
Antonio Brown, the 60-yard touchdown last Sunday against Cincinnati, gives Pittsburgh a 7-point lead. 17-10 Steelers in this third quarter. And now we keep it here. Boy, tempers have been flaring right from the start. Officials have done their best to stay on top of it. Or that one, the biggest fight, most intense fight that we've seen today. Doug Legursky, it seems like, has been right in the middle of it. The Steelers, Steve, is still upset. You know, don't forget the play that Phil Taylor made, the blindside hit earlier on Kelvin Beachum in the third quarter.
And these guys take note of that. And you see right there were some people flying over the top of the pile, people doing some, I think what probably Pittsburgh up front thinks a little bit unnecessary for an extra point, but these are two frustrated ball clubs right now, and any one of these things can incite.
After the play was over, personal foul, 2 personal fouls on Cleveland, number 90 and number 71. That 15-yard penalty was assessed on the kickoff.
Didn't want to take anything away from my teammates. Signs of maturity. Cuts it over the middle. Touchdown, Jordan Reed. And it quiets the crowd in Philly. A strike from Cousins. Off the play action, Kirk Cousins delivers to Reed.
And Reed's able to work the touchdown up the seam.
After the play is over, personal foul number 27, defense. Personal foul number 88, offense. Those penalties will offset.
So offsetting penalties, Jordan Reed really making a name for himself. And there you go. Jenkins came in, and then Garcon backing up his teammate, and that was the offset.
In Baltimore. Third down and 10. Keenan swings one, and it's probably Marquez who makes the catch. And Marquez is down at the 18, and a flag is thrown. And now some more extracurricular, another flag, and a third.
Pushes it to the outside and then bends it back inside. Everything here is at the end. He's down.
Mosley may have thought he was not touched.
So there's the
There
contact
are
there.
multiple fouls on the play that will offset and cause us to replay the down. Illegal block in the back. Offense number 18. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Offense number 71. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Defense number 57. By rule, these penalties will offset, replay, third down.
Working on Richard Sherman. Look that way. Now comes back to the other side. And it's Cedric Benson brought down by the safety Chancellor at the 21-yard line.
Oh, you can feel that coming.
Look at, we got a wrestling match going on in the end zone, 20 yards away from the play. Jordy Nelson is not the one involved. He ran down there to try to break it up as Brandon Browner was involved with Greg Jennings. There was no flag thrown until the very end of the sequence.
Take a look at it, what happens down the field. That's a cheap shot. I don't blame Jennings for being upset with that.
And I don't see a flag out by the 5-yard line, meaning I didn't see the officials get that cheap shot. And Greg Jennings told Lisa yesterday, he's like, I hate bumping you. I don't like bumping around coverage. I hate guys touching me as I'm trying to get my release off the line.
To settle for the field goal. 10-3. And the kick will bounce at the 1. Taken a yard deep by Brinkley. And Brinkley got across the 22 where he's put down there.
Copper killed him.
And
oh, here we go. Another fight.
Extracurricular activity here. This is actually a pretty good one. It's going on in about 3 different locations.
It is. See, what happens is when a player in the opposite color pulls you off the pile, then you fight him. And that happened about 3 times.
These two teams, charter members of the old AFL in 1960. They've been playing a long time. These guys don't know anything about the Chargers in 1960, but they do know they don't like each other all that much.
I think it was Demario Williams and Edgar Jones.
There are 2 fouls on the play. They're both in Kansas City. Number 99, unnecessary roughness. That penalty is declined. Number 21, unnecessary roughness. The 15-yard penalty will be assessed from the end of the run. First down.
And then he does something like this.
Yeah, far left of your screen on Riley Cooper in the end zone. Left of the, now you can't do that. I mean, I know you're upset, and I don't blame you. Riley Cooper was pushing you around, but that's unacceptable. Marvin Lewis knows it.
LSU 4 years ago gets the call to get a big hole. He's inside the 10, hurdling his way inside the 5-yard line. It'll be a 1st and goal for San Diego. Quentin Carter made the stop, and again we have flags flying, and there'll be some personal foul calls.
Well, you can't afford, you see Norv Turner out there, you can't afford to lose your Pro Bowl left tackle, Marcus McNeil. A lot of pushing and shoving going on at the end of some of these plays.
And this is the 3rd incident already in this first half.
Well, that one involved Nick Hardwick and Kevin Vickerson. Well, you just look right there. Right there. You're going to see Vickerson and Hardwick pushing, and then the rest of the offensive line come to his rescue, and a little bit of a scrum.
And Vincent Fuller replaces him. And this is Brandon Jacobs. And Jacobs breaks through inside the 35 to about the 31-yard line. Oh, here we go. Scramble again.
Oh, finally a flag comes out. I think the officials were hoping to get this group separated without a flag having to be thrown.
You did say Chippy at the top of the day, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, it's moved beyond Chippy now. Well, you could see one thing. Brandon Jacobs ran with a little fire in his belly on that one.
At the conclusion of the play, there are fouls against both teams that will offset. Personal foul, defense, number 27. Personal foul, offense, number 75. And by rule, these penalties will offset. The result of the play.
All right, let's watch Brandon Jacobs and how he finishes this run. Yeah, he goes right through the hit, and then he bounces off of Fuller. But then at the end, he and Hay get into it. Watch how he just demolishes Fuller.
and he's actually kicking and fighting and trying to get up. Now the play is over at this time, but Hay and
here's Freeman being pressured and chased. Runs, picks up a couple of yards, got hit out of bounds.
Yeah, he sure did.
That's a penalty.
And hit low by Malcolm Jenkins.
That should not have happened. And you can see the Bucs react. They felt that was a dirty play.
And quarterbacks, you see throw guys around. You see Josh. I think obviously the first one was the late hit out. And here's I believe the second one right there, the punch on Josh Freeman.
So when Freeman got up close with Malcolm Jenkins, let him have it with a left. Cadillac Williams came in there.
You know, I'm surprised, and I've seen it a few times this year, guys swinging punches and hitting guys. That's an automatic ejection.
That's not Josh Freeman running a sneak there.
Josh Vaughn, the running back, but Clausen carries. And the clock stops with 7 seconds and 2 flags are thrown. They brought Vaughn in, and no call was made as for a touchdown or not.
And plenty of flags behind it. For Steve Smith, number 89, this is the unnecessary roughness coming in and trying to clean up as he takes out Aqib Talib late in the play.
He's trying to protect his quarterback.
As he was trying to clean up what was happening with his quarterback.
Talib took a shot.
From the 6, up the middle, Jacob Hester. Got 4 to the 2-yard line. After the play, a lot of pushing and shoving going on, and a helmet lost by Marcus McNeil, and a scuffle breaks out with a flag throw. McNeil lost his helmet, was unhappy about that, and that led to the continuation that finally resulted in a flag.
And Jamal Williams, number 76, the former San Diego Charger, right in the middle of it.
Let's watch McNeil here at the end. There's Vickerson with a hand to the face first.
I don't know what McNeil did.
Know your job. No starting Pro Bowlers on the #1 defense in the NFL.
Not fair. 2 alternates. Ron Rivera, his name is going to be discussed a lot of places as the head coach.
We got some punches thrown out there in the field right now.
Could have some ejections here. A loss of decorum here in his 104th meeting that the Broncos lead overall 54 wins to 47 for the Chargers, 1 tie. And San Diego's won 7 of the last 9 against Denver.
There are fouls on both teams. Personal foul, the offense, personal foul on the defense. Those penalties offset. It'll be 3rd down.
Much ado about nothing.
Yeah, well, you're going to see Ryan Harris right here tied up with Brandon Lang. The two of them, after Brandon Lang did not like getting driven into the ground right there, and then Ryan Harris laying on top of him as a good offensive lineman should. And then you see the fisticuffs that break out. And you're right, Don. That
49ers in control, 6:38 to go. Anthony Dixon gets the carry. He made arguably the biggest play of the game, and that was on special teams when he blew up a fake punt. And you see the chippiness coming back. It's been a factor here today.
First down now from the 19. This is Alfred Blue. And he gets a couple. And penalty markers flying, and there's a little scuffling.
Well, this has been going on for about 3 plays now. You mentioned there's a lot of jawing going on, and so it's been building up for a couple plays.
There's DeAndre Hopkins. Asked him if he's a talker down on the field. He goes, no, not really. And I said,
Adams in the backfield from the 44. This is Adams, runs right into the arms of Keithley, but keeps on going and gains 4 yards down to the 40. And now a flag back behind the play. Some extracurricular activity.
And Eric Reed might need a timeout. And what I mean by that is they might need to get him off the field and make sure he's adjusted properly to play the game. Let's see how it starts. See what happens. The ball's long gone, and he's tackling their quarterback. There's going to be a confrontation when that happens.
Personal fouls against both teams. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, 86. Personal foul, defense, number 25. This penalty's offset. Result of the play stands.
That ball was long gone out of Carson Wentz's hands as he's handing off.
2002.
And no pass attempt. Here comes Edwards again. Looked like Hardy Nickerson got him around the leg. Gain of 6. He slithers his way down to about the 17-yard line on the first drive for Baltimore. Uh-oh.
Well, Michael Crabtree, Kevin, we've seen this
we
before out of Crabtree,
yes,
losing his patience and the temper.
3 flags, Rich. 3 flags thrown in that scrum. Teams have met once already this season, with the Bengals winning in Cincinnati. Here goes Crabtree and Jackson.
Yeah, just a little extracurricular out there. Jackson didn't like getting blocked by Crabtree, and you have to be able to control your emotions.
Well, then Kirkpatrick comes in, and that, because it looked like Crabtree's about ready to walk away, but after the initial hit.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 27, defense. Activision should go. First down.
It's always the second guy, isn't it?
And they always get the second player that jumps in, and I always say if you...
Shotgun Carr. Carr looking, pulls the trigger. Too high. It sailed over the head of Jordy Nelson. Incomplete. And there's a issue along the sideline right now. Eric Murray was getting into it. The officials have broken it up. Cook and Murray. And this thing continued after the whistle, well after the whistle. Whoa.
Well, refusing to back down. They're both these players, and we'll see what the officials will come out of this with. I'm sure that the
gotten even a little hotter.
Teams on the play. Unsportsmanlike, 87 offense. Unsportsmanlike, number 21 defense. Those fouls offset. This foul counts as their first foul towards the disqualification for number 87 and 21. Result of the play, third down.
Now they were grappling. There were no punches thrown.